turnover at the White House was just one of the big stories making news this week.
Political analyst John Keller joins us for a look at some of the other big items and headlines. And John, what a week in the saga of longtime Trump attorney Michael Cohen.
Oh my gosh, it sure was. Complete with a flurry of presidential tweets attacking Cohen's credibility and denying what another lawyer for Mr. Trump, Rudy Giuliani, has already admitted, that candidate Trump personally ordered Cohen to buy the silence of those two women he had affairs with. But while Cohen's explosive allegations amounting to a claim of criminal fraud involving campaign funds are grabbing headlines now, the big question down the road is, what is in the more than 1.3 million pieces of evidence federal authorities seized from Cohen last spring? Remember that raid? That's a trove that reportedly includes more than 100 tapes recorded by Cohen. We know at least some of them are of private conversations with Mr. Trump. If they turn out to be incriminating, look out below. Don't forget, it was the tapes that tripped up Nixon.
Wow. And talk about a dramatic week as well for House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi on a couple of fronts.
Yeah, the moral of the story in Washington this week, don't mess with Nancy Pelosi because she'll flame you. First, she slapped down the president's attempts to mansplain the politics of the government shutdown in this now infamous White House meeting. Then, later the same day, Pelosi finalized a deal with House dissidents to ensure she'll be elected Speaker when the Democrats take control of that body next month. Now, keep in mind, this was good news for Massachusetts on one level because it ensures that Congressman Jim McGovern of Worcester will become chair of the powerful Rules Committee, and it was obviously bad news for Salem Congressman Seth Moulton, who tried and failed to deny Pelosi the speakership, but I'm sure there will be no ramifications within the House for Moulton.
And he wrote a Globe column saying, okay, I will support her, given that she's going to have a term limit.
His next office will be on a barge in the Potomac.
Could be. And there was this change as well at the MBTA. The GM is again out.
Yeah, you know, this was a story that you would have been seeing some time ago if it weren't for the fact that the Governor Baker had an election to win. Remember now, when Luis Ramirez was hired in August of 2017, he was billed as an expert at leading complex organizations through transformation and change. But, you know, it turned out he didn't have two major prerequisites for turning the T around: transit experience and knowledge of the local political culture. His hiring turned into an embarrassing blunder for the Baker administration, and his departure's been rumored for weeks. Funny thing, isn't it, Paula and Liam, how the passing of an election often leads to all sorts of turnover.
They were waiting to make this.
You got it.
Suddenly people want to spend more time with their family.
Yeah, absolutely. All of a sudden they have an epiphany, right?
We'll see if they can clean the MBT up. It's a problem for a long time.
Let's hope.
John Keller, thank you very much.